Hi everyone, this is Ravinder. I hope you all are doing great. I was thinking to close this week with another tutorial, and as usual, I was thinking to recreate one of my artwork from Instagram. So, I came across this post and thought about recreating this as a full tutorial. So, let's get started. So, I'm into the Blender, right? So, let's create our keycap first. I'll be creating a plane and I'm scaling it to zero point 0.5 and I'm again doing zero point 0.5. So from here, let's extrude it towards Z. And again, we have to extrude it towards Z, right? And I have, I have to scale it down, right? The top section. If you notice the keys, they're slightly scaled, right? Something like this. I have to move it towards Y to make that basic shape. Yeah, something like this, right? Right. Now we can probably include the segments. I'm doing 5 segments, right? And if you have seen, the keys are slightly bended, right? So to create that bend effect, I'll be selecting the couple of vertices, the top. I've moving to the front view, and I've already enabled the proportional editing, the top, and moving to G and Z, and you can see the bending taking effect, something like this, right? Now the keys are slightly beveled as well. So to create that bevel, I'm selecting. Okay, I'm moving to the edge mode, selecting the edges, the corner edges, all four sides. Yeah, and press Control B, something like this. And here's your key, and you can take that width to zero point 0.5. And now we have to make that the top edges beveled as well. So to create that, let's go inside the edit mode and hold on shift control, select the top edges like this. Yeah. Now press Control B. You can see that the edges are slightly beveled now. And I should probably reduce the height as well. I'm going to the front view in the wireframe mode, selecting the all top edges like this by dragging, and I can turn off the proportional editing now and hit G, Z, something like this. So this is our first key ready, right? So to add some extra smoothness, I'll be adding a subdivision surface. So yeah, can give the value of 2. Yeah, and yeah, this should be it, right? So now I think we need to make our keyboard ready. So to create that, so you simply need to shift D and without losing that control, hit X and shift R. We have so that we have 5 duplicates, and shift D again and pressing Y and shift R. Yeah, now that we have all these keyboard, so we want to expand this key, and again we have to create expanded key over here as well. So in order to increase this key, we can go into the edit mode, and in the wireframe view, select this view and GX right towards here, and you can simply hold this edge. Oops, yeah, going to the edge view and GX, and you can simply move it to the center, and we can increase the edges on both sides. I'm pressing Control R to bring those you know divisions. And similarly for this key, you can again follow the same pattern. Select and expand towards x-axis like this. Select this edge again, move back towards center and increase coordinates. And increase subdivisions on both sides. Uh, yeah. So now that we have our keys ready, we can again create our base, which is again moving to the top view, and GZ something like this, so that it's aligned. Scale X and scale Y like this. And in the top view, again, you can scale the overall shape like this. And you can control E like this. And you can select all the edges like this. Hmm, Control B to bevel those edges like this. And you can press Control I and extrude inside like this. And you can see the depth in the left view like this. Control Auto Smooth. I can also give some bevel to the edges. So you can add bevel modifier and increase the divisions. Five. Yeah. So this is our base model ready. We can do some cleanup. We can move to this new collection. Keyboard. Hit OK. And we can align those towards center like this. Okay. So this is our keyboard ready. Right. Now I can simply add a plane, which is our you know kind of a floor. So to in order to add lights, I can probably go to the world settings, hit new, and I can add a sky texture like this. So we are not using any kind of HDRI this time. So we are retaining on the inbuilt things which is there in the blender. And to see the effect, you can enter in the render view. And here we are not using any air and sun rotation. We can play with the sun rotation, something like this. So this is like we can anyways adjust when we create our you know when we add materials. So yeah, so this should be good for now. And now let's set up our camera. So we can add a camera over here, mesh and camera. I can again go to Control Alt 0 to set up my view like this. I can set my frame to 1080. So this is our camera ready for now. So to create material for all these keys, I've already created a map which you can easily create in any of the image editing software like Photoshop or in Illustrator. So I've already created for all my keys which is there, right? So yeah, so let's get started with the texturing. So let's select our first key. Let's give it a simple name, key one, K1, right? Now I want to add a little bit of roughness. I'm using a noise texture like this, and I'm adding a color ramp, right? I'm adding a effect into effector. I'm adding a bump node. I'm placing that into the normal and normal to normal. So for the strength, I'm adding 0, 1, and for the scale, I'm adding 1000. And here you can see the effect, right? For example, here, you can see the effect like this. So this will be our base roughness, say the bump material. So to create that that numbers over the keys, you need to add that keyboard map. So I'm just dragging and dropping all those keyboard maps here, right? And I'm adding a mix RGB shader. I'm adding that alpha to the factor, and I'm adding that to the base color, right? So this is our first map. Have to make that number appear over the key. To do that, we have to unwrap that that key first. So let's move to our, first let's select our key, and I'll probably isolate my key first, right? So that I have a full control. I should minimize the clutter as well. So I'm isolating my key. Now I'm moving to the UV editing mode, right? As you can see that the key is already selected. I can isolate again. So now I'm only selecting the top faces like this, and I'm going for UV, smart unwrap, or simply the unwrap. Right, that's it. Now I have to hit scale like zero point 0.3 or so, or maybe I should apply the same scale so that I have, I can be consistent in all my keys. So I'm using a scale of zero point 0.2. I'm moving to something like here. As you can see that right now it's not visible in our, you know, in our viewport. So to rectify that, I can probably change my color to value to black. Yeah. Now if you see that it's already appearing here, but it's rotated. So I think I can rotate my map x to negative 90. Yeah, something like this. It's already appearing over here. Okay. So this is our first key. So now we have to apply the same setting to all other keys as well. So I have to fast forward that for you to make that really quick. I've applied the same technique to all other keys. So now let's create, the long keys now, right? So I'm copying the material, link material. Now for this one, as you can see, it's already stretched now. So I can probably hit duplicate, magic key. All right. Now we have to apply the same setting. So first let's isolate that key. Go to face select view. Yeah, like this. Again, go to UV unwrap. Scale that 0.5. Rotate X 90. And now you can move it. As you can see that right now it's very stretched. We can fix that by manually adjusting it like this. Scale X 1.2. And going for that same approach. Yeah. So this is fixed now. But we have to give another color to this key. So we can utilize that color one value here and slightly give that bluish color like this. And for the key, we can change our black value to white. Yeah, it's all done. Cool. Now, if you exit the isolate view, so this is our key is ready. Now we have to apply the same principle to our another big key. We can again link that material first. Again, select this value, hit duplicate, and now moving to the isolate view again, select faces. Yeah, something like this, and go to UV unwrap. Cool. Now select all this, scale zero point 0.8, rotate -90, Z, and adjust it. And you can change color 1 to thing like yellow, and color 2 to black. You can leave as is, right? So this is your second key. Great. All right. Now we have to apply the same material which is there in the keys to the base. So I can again link that, Control L, link material, select the base, hit duplicate. Now I know I don't need that keyboard map anymore. You can remove that. So this is your keyboard ready now. So for the base, I've already created some sort of materials, so I'm not going to that detail. So now I'm adding, another spotlight like this, and I can move that up, GZ like this, and then scale that as well. Yeah, something like this. Now I can adjust few settings. For example, I can add some power to it, like 600 or so, and I can reduce my radius to, no, not radius, the size, the size of it, right? You can see the effect like this, right? And now, yeah, I think I can now place it somewhere. I can probably should move to the top view now. As you can see, our camera is from here. Then now we can add our light somewhere from here, right? So it's like cross view, something like that. I should make that little bit there. I can that down. Yeah. I simply need to hold that yellow dot and adjust it accordingly. So yeah, this is our view. Great. Now, to add an extra dimension to it, I can probably add our gobos, right? Which I hope you already saw that video. So first, let's do some adjustments. For example, I can reduce the world. Right now, it's still bright for me. Yeah, real strength 2.7 like this, and now I can increase the brightness of my light 800. Yeah, like this. Now I think I can reduce my radius first of all like this, so that I can know what edits I'm making into while adding the gobos. Now as you can see that I have enabled the use nodes, so now I can add some textures. For example, Voronoi texture. Now I can add some color ramp like this. I can attach distance and color to color. Now I can constant like this. Yeah, this is our constant value. I can to see that effect more clearly. I can increase the overall strength. Now I can increase the scale, but before that I can also enable a couple of other nodes: texture, coordinate, and mapping. And now I can change my handle to normal like this, right? Now as you can see that the effect just taking place here. Now I think we can increase my radius, something like this, right? And now you can also increase the scale of your spots like this, right? So here you can see some different you know abstract shadows over your subject. Cool. Okay. So as you can see, I mean, we have created this keyboard now. So let's give it a test render and see where we are. So here we are, everyone. So this is the final render. I think it is looking great. And yep, I would encourage you all to try this out. And as you have probably noticed that we haven't used any sort of SDRIs into this tutorial, and mostly utilize whatever which is there in the Blender. For example, if you've used spotlights and use that gobo technique over it. And yeah, so I would say try this out and tag me with your work on Instagram. My ID is ravinder.design. And I see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.